Okay, a lot live with another one, and this is UFC post-fight UFC 312. All right. Look, I thought UFC 312 was gonna be trash. I thought from beginning to end it was gonna be trash, but it did surprise me. Okay, it did surprise me. It had some good moments there. I'm not gonna say it was one of the best cards, ever, but for a card that I was talking so much trash about and saying that this, it was just it was going to be the worst card of US of most likely 2025. That's what I was projecting. But you know what? The fighters came out. They came out and delivered. Uh, and the only fighter I say that didn't come out and deliver was obviously Sean Strickland. I didn't pick him to win. I knew DDP was going to go in there and dominate in similar fashion like he has been doing. But look, man, DDP. Just starting from the top, DDP. Not only is he is evolving with every fight. He is evolving with every fight. He is showing new technique and better technique. He didn't look as sloppy, as he usually does. And look, all due respect, I give tremendous respect to DDP. In his past fights, people are like, wow, how is he winning these fights? Because it looks like he's losing, and then he doesn't really have any technique, but he always figures it out and ends up winning. But in this fight, this is most likely the most dominant fight in his championship reign that he has been in. Literally, he dominated Sean Strickland. I said he took all 5 rounds, almost finished Sean Strickland in the fourth. But luckily, Sean Strickland was able to, hang in there, and die, guys. You almost died, guys. Literally, Sean Strickland, we're gonna come out there and bleed, and bled, and he bled. That he did. But I just thought that DDP, he was using new technique. Um, he had a beautiful, beautiful knee stomp. He had a beautiful knee stomp that he would use, on Sean Strickland, and he always timed it correctly. He always timed it in a way where, when Sean Strickland stepped forward to use his jab, because that's the only weapon Sean Strickland was actually using, and typical, right? Typical of Sean Strickland, talking about he's gonna bleed out there, guys, but in reality, you already know what it is. You know what I mean? He is just not who he says he is, and unfortunately, we just saw a guy out there just jabbing to death. How you doing, man? How you doing, Anna? Hopefully you having a good one, Anna. Bless you, bless your whole family. Blesses to you. You know what I mean? Guys, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and if you're into UFC and mixed martial arts, this is the channel to be in. Okay, but going back with DDP, man. How you doing, man? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good one too, guys. But when it comes to DDP, it was a dominant performance. Very, very dominant performance. Hello, I like the stream. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, guys. Like and subscribe, guys. It takes minimal effort to give me that thumbs up. So go ahead and do that. Thank you so much, man. But for DDP, he went out, dominated, showed new technique. Like I was saying, that knee stomp, he was just timing it so well. It made Sean Strickland very reluctant. He was also throwing head kicks out there, multiple head kicks, spinning back kicks. He did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job showing new technique and showing that DDP as a champion, he is evolving. He is evolving. And so, I don't know what you just said, but yeah, guys. For DDP, congratulations to him. Now, the Wei Lee and Tatiana Suarez fight, that fight went exactly like I said it would. If you saw my UFC fight predictions, which is up, you guys could go check that out if you like. I gave my reasoning why I thought it was outrageous, that that Tatiana was actually the favorite. I thought that was just unbelievable. Indian fighter. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did see that. I did see that. I did see that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he did lose, but you know that's what happens when you fight in mixed martial arts, man. Sometimes it's just a roll of the dice, man. But when it came to Tatiana, I did not believe in her abilities. I just did not. I didn't. I did not. I went back actually because when I saw that Tatiana Suarez was the favorite, for this championship fight against Wei Li, I had to go back and watch Tatiana's, fights. I had to try to figure out why, the rest of the people in this mixed martial arts community thought that Tatiana was actually the favorite going into this fight. So when I went back and watched Tatiana's, fights, I watched multiple fights of Tatiana's. I didn't see anything that was impressive. I didn't see any reason why she would be the favorite. I took down notes. I actually said these are the reasons why Tatiana is not the favorite and shouldn't be the favorite, and she will lose against Wei Li. I said she's too slow, point blank. Period. I said Tatiana Suarez is too slow. She doesn't throw any combinations. She just doesn't. All right. It's almost as if she never even trained how to throw a combination. You know what I mean? Let alone do anything else. All right. Not only that, but moving backwards and laterally, she cannot do. She has no ability to move backwards and throw punches and move laterally to get away from punches. Not only that, I also said Tatiana has virtually no head movement. No head movement. The only head movement she actually has is when her opponent is moving forward to attack her. Tatiana, would close the distance and use that momentum to clinch and then use the clinch to the takedown. And did we not see that with the Wei Li fight? Definitely saw that. Definitely saw the same exact technique that I did say Tatiana Suarez would use. But those were my reasoning. I thought it was just outrageous that she was the favorite because there was no reasoning for it. All right, and Wei Li went out there and just put on a dominant performance, beat her in every single position that you could imagine in the wrestling, in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and definitely in the striking. All right, but like I said, UFC 312 did deliver. Hi guys, how you doing, man? Ilya versus Islam. What's your thoughts on this? Uh, maybe that fight happens, maybe, but I mean, in reality, I'm still interested on that Armin fight. I want Islam versus Armin, and I'm gonna go ballistic on the UFC if Michael Chandler gets the opportunity to fight Armin. I think it's Dana White privilege. It's fucking outrageous. I don't know why Chandler is getting these opportunities to fight up when he keeps on losing. It just makes no fucking sense in my head. I tried to make sense of it, but it just makes no sense. And the only thing that comes to mind is Dana White privilege. So when it comes to the Ilya Islam fight, don't get me wrong, it's a very entertaining fight, champion versus champion. But I still think Ilya, he has to dominate that division. Whatever happened to the good old days where guys would stay in the division, clean house, and then when there's nobody else, you move up. That's what Ilya should do, in my opinion. That's what the UFC should make him do. Because this, moving around bullshit, let's cut the fucking crap. Let's cut it. You know what I mean? Let's just stop the nonsense. All right. I think Armin still should get the opportunity, and I think Armin shouldn't be fighting Michael Chandler. If those rumors are true, I think the UFC should reconsider, honestly, because I'm not entertained by that at all. I think Armin should get the opportunity to fight Islam. Unfortunately, he was injured. He did sustain a back injury, and he wasn't able to, fight, for a championship belt. But I still think Armin deserves it. That point blank period. That's the fight that I want to see because those are the two best guys in that division, in Islam and Armin. Armin already shows his secret technique. I mean, if you say so. Oliveira versus Armin. Then one of them fight Islam. I don't want to see that. I already saw that fight. I saw Oliveira versus Armin already. You know what I mean? Armin won that fight. So I don't want to see that again. I want to see Armin, walk right into a championship fight because he deserves it. That's point blank period. If Sean O'Malley could lose against Marab and then take a year and a half off and then walk himself right into a championship fight, which is most likely what's going to happen. If Sean O'Malley could do that, then why can't Armin do that? Point blank. And he hasn't lost. Can ¿Qué haces? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling right now. We are talking about post-fight UFC 312 and how it actually delivered. You know what I mean? Like I said, I honestly thought this card was going to be trash, top to bottom, but it actually delivered. It was an entertaining night of fights. I'm not going to say it was one of the best cards that I ever seen by far. But for a card that I was talking so much shit about, I can honestly say, you know what? This card actually delivered. It was a good card. It was a good card, very fun, entertaining card. I didn't mind what was going on. There was a lot of performances there that were really really good. People were getting knocked out. The Teixeira knockout right before the main the co-main and main event, that was phenomenal. It set the tone for both the co-main event and main event. So it was a lot of good performances. Hulk Hogan will end up with the belt. Yeah, if you say so. Hulk Hogan got booed in his last WWE events. I don't think he'll be making any appearances. I'll tell you that much. Uh, lo siento, no sé inglés. Lo siento, no sé inglés. Look, if you don't know if you don't know English, that's fine. I know how to read in Spanish. I've been working on my Spanish for a very very long time. Been surrounding myself with good people who actually specifically only talk Spanish. So I've been working on my Spanish, and I've been working on my reading as well when it comes to Spanish. Before, when I was a young boy, I did not know how to read in Spanish. My parents did not, give me the privilege and actually show me the ability to read in Spanish. But as I grew older, I started learning, teaching myself, because I have an ability to learn very, very quickly. And look, let me tell you something. You could go ahead and do what you want to do. Talk in Spanish. I can read it. It is what it is, all right? Chandler should retire. He can't fight anymore. My point exactly, guys. But most likely the UFC is not going to listen to me, because the UFC doesn't listen to me. All right, right now the UFC could have saved themselves a hassle. All right, and they could have put Sean Strickland versus Adesanya the rematch, and before they fight Sean Strickland versus Adesanya, they could have been the coaches for the Ultimate Fighter. All right, I'm gonna fucking die on that hill, guys. I still to this day think that's what the UFC should have done. It should have been Strickland versus Adesanya. All right, it could have happened, man. The both events were just a week away from each other, so why the hell not? It could have been Sean Strickland versus Adesanya. Both of them could have been the Ultimate Fighter coaches, and it would have been very, very entertaining. I would have wanted to watch that Ultimate Fighter. I'm just saying that, point blank period. It would have revamped both of their careers. It would have revamped the Ultimate Fighter, and it would have been very entertaining to watch Sean Strickland and Adesanya be the coaches for the Ultimate Fighter. But the UFC doesn't listen to me. They don't listen to me. I've been screaming that since last year, beginning of 2024, and the UFC just never listens to their fans. Instead, we got Adesanya losing to Imorov, okay, in devastating fashion. All right, and then we got Sean Strickland, losing against DDP, and Sean Strickland actually showing that he's not evolving. He's still using the same technique. He hasn't been, he's not learning any new technique. So there you go, guys. There you go. Two losing guys. Sad story. The UFC doesn't listen to me. One championship is more brutal than UFC. I mean, if you say so, I'll tell you what, they have very entertaining fights. They're very creative in the way they do things. I like watching ONE FC, but I've been a fan of the UFC for a long time, and I like the way they put things together. You know what I mean? But I do disagree with some of the things that they do. You know what I mean? Okay, entiendo. That's what's up, man. That is what's up, man. Understand, you know what I mean? If you don't understand, I apologize. You know what I mean? I think you could put some language translation here, and if you want to, you could go ahead and do that. But guys, well, I left with a winning record for UFC 312. All right, I ended up leaving at the end of the event. I ended up leaving with a 7-4 record for UFC 312. That is a good fight prediction outcome. So my overall record for this year is 29-23. I am pulling away from losing. You know what I mean? So we got a winning record, 29-23. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? Next up is What is next up? Let me go check out right now. What is the next event here? How you doing, man? How you doing, guys? Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me that thumbs up, so please, guys, go ahead and do that. But let me go ahead right here real fast and what happened here? Jeez. What? Stupid ass. What is going on? I apologize, guys. Right now, I'm just trying to start up my computer here. What is going on? I'm telling you right now, guys. Technology. All right, let me go check out right now. What is the next event for UFC? I think it was Connor, whatever his name is. But let me see. Just because I don't want to get this one wrong, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, we got Cannonier versus Rodriguez. February 15th is another fight night. We got 2 fight nights. Actually, we got 3 fight nights. Wow. Wow. We got 3 fight nights before the big Addis Pereira, and Ankalaev fight. Um, I believe Roy Valve is actually out of that Cape fight, if I'm not mistaken. So we got Cannonier fighting Rodriguez in a UFC fight night, February 15th. And then we got Cejudo versus Song Yadong, February 22nd. And then another fight night, March 1st. I believe Roy Valve is actually out of this fight. So we'll see who ends up main carding that. And then finally a pay-per-view. Yeah, the UFC. Yeah, I don't know what the UFC is doing right now. I really don't. I really don't know what the UFC is doing right now. Obviously, they're doing their own thing. Honestly, I want to see. I actually want to see who the hell is gonna watch Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen be coaches for the Ultimate Fighter. That's what really I want to see. I want to see who is entertained by that. Honestly, because I'm not, man. I'm personally not. I just don't know how it's gonna be entertaining. You know, they're not gonna fight each other. Is it supposed to be funny? The Ultimate Fighter is not supposed to be funny. The Ultimate Fighter is supposed to be, you know, entertaining space where, fighters come out very competitive, and they try to get themselves a UFC contract. You know, but instead we got Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen as coaches, guys, for the Ultimate Fighter. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know why the UFC. They need to call me. They need to get me on fucking speed dial for I could give them some advice, because we the fans, we know what they want. We know what we want. We know what's good or not. And the shit that they're pulling, Michael Chandler versus Arman, if those rumors are true, trash. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these next, fight nights. Not really entertaining. Not really entertaining at all. Nothing that I see to tell me, wow, this is gonna be amazing. You know, it's like recycling using old coaches. It really is, guys. It really is. And I'm hearing rumors that Chael Sonnen is going to his assistant coach is going to be Kobe Covington. That might be the only entertaining aspect, because I do want to see Kobe Covington actually coach. I want to see how he is on screen and whatnot, and really see his personality. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I'm not entertained, man. I'm just not entertained by that shit, and I wonder who's gonna watch that. I'll probably watch 1 or 2 episodes of it just to see, excuse me, just to see if it's actually entertaining, just to see, you know, if it has something to offer. But from the top of my dome piece, from the top of my head, I don't see it being very entertaining. You know what I mean? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the fighters come out, and they overperform. You know what I mean? And they show out. That could definitely happen. That could definitely happen. But when it comes to the coaches, yeah, no, 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 not at all. Yeah, I'm looking at these. I'm looking at these fight nights, and I'm not entertained by these fight nights. I'm just not. I'm not entertained by these fight nights. They have a couple. They have a couple. A couple. Bangers in there, but nothing to scream on top of the hill about. You know what I mean? Really not. What do you think of 313 Ankalaev and Paulton? Uh, Let me go check out that card. Let me go check out that card right now. Hold on a second. I like the fight. I like the actual Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. Uh, that fight could actually go just like how the Wei Lee fight went, where you had Tatiana relentlessly trying to take down Wei Lee. I actually said that, but in reality, she was just getting outstruck from beginning to end, and we slowly but surely saw Tatiana actually get tired and almost get knocked out as well. So that this fight, Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev, it could go similarly. It could go really similarly in a way where it's like, huh? Can is Ankalaev going to be able to take down Alex? And if he can't take down Alex, we're going to see Alex picking him apart. But this card is really good. We got Alex Pereira, Ankalaev at the headliner. Co-main event: Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. That's gonna be a banger. We already saw, Dan Hooker. He just has an ability to go in the octagon and just make it entertaining. Every one of his fights are very, very entertaining. Even when he loses, he just makes fights fun. And same thing goes for Justin Gaethje. You know what I mean? I haven't watched a Justin Gaethje fight where I'm like, wow, this fight is really, really boring. No, not at all. It's gonna be an entertaining night of fights, especially with this being the co-main event and opening up uh, to the main event. I think